Right, I like to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So, Laura willing, you can hear me, but let me grab this. This is Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. And the scripture says, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus. Now here it says Jesus, but we know his name in the Paleo Hebrew as Yahushua. Yahushua meaning he saved, he delivered. We know the name Jesus comes from the Greek, which is Iesus, right? So the Lord was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, according to the book of Hebrews 7 and 14. So his name wouldn't be a Greek name. It would be a Hebrew name. And if you did some deep research and study, then you will understand that his name would be Yahushua. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua. It says, for he shall save his people from their sins. So the Lord is ultimately going to save his people from their sins. So let's get this. Let's find out who his people is, right? Matthew chapter 2, verse 6. Well, you know what? I start at 1. Now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. Well, wait, I thought Yahushua shouldn't be worshipped, but here they send they come to worship him, huh? Right? So it says, when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests, and you got to understand also, Herod was a terror. Herod was a Edomite. And verse 4, and when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ or Mashiach should be born. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet. So, you know, by the prophet is talking about the prophecies that was written about Yahushua's coming, right? And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judea, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor, right, that shall rule my people Israel. So we got a clear understanding that the Lord's people, going back into Matthew's 121, is the children of Israel. So let me grab this real quick. This is the book of Exodus. I believe that's chapter 3. Chapter 3, verse 10. But you know what? We can start at 1. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock of the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of the Most High, even to Herod. So now we understand that if this is dealing with Moses, it's going to speak on dealing with the children of Israel, because Moses is an Israelite from the tribe of Levi, right? So it says, and the angel of Yahweh appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will not turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. And when Yahushua saw that and when Yahweh saw that he turned aside to see, the Most High called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here I am, because the Lord, Yahweh spoke through the angels. So Yahweh is speaking through the angels. That's why you have Matthew's, I believe that's 10 and 20, if I'm not mistaken. And he said, draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place wherein thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the power of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. He didn't say nothing about Esau, Ishmael. He didn't say nothing about them, man. He said, I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because out of Abraham came Isaac and Ishmael, right? But the Lord said Isaac. He didn't say anything about Ishmael. So this also indicate that the Lord is only talking about a holy people. The word holy in the Greek means to be set apart, and in the Hebrew it means the same thing. So the Lord set apart these men for him, because out of him was going to come the chosen lineage. Out of them, Salakia. It says, moreover, he said, I am the power of thy father, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon the Most High. And Yahweh said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people. Remember, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrow. So now we have it in the New and Old Testament that the Lord's people are and is the children of Israel. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. And the scripture says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So if the Lord people are the Israelites, the Lord's people are still going to be the Israelites to this very day. This is Malachi 3 and 6. It says, for I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So the Lord have a chosen people, and not that, and within the chosen people is the elect, 144,000 and the 1/3, right? So the Lord didn't choose all nations. The Lord's people is Israel. They're going to forever be Israel, and the Lord is going to save his people from their sins. Nothing about the other nations, man. I don't know how you could possibly get that mixed up. This is Matthew chapter 15, verse 24, and he says, but he answered and said, I am not sent. But he himself said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Because who sent him? The Father. The Father sent Yahushua, right, to be put on the cross, right, to be put on the cross, to die for the sins of the children of Israel. That's why his blood falls upon them and none else. What is that? In Amos, he said, for you are the family, for you are the only family that I have known. What is that? So this is Amos chapter 3, verse 2. It says, let me start at 1. Hear this word that Yahweh have spoken against you, O children of Israel. So here again, he's speaking unto the children of Israel, against the whole family which are brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So the ones that the Lord chose was the children of Israel, no one else. And the children of Israel consists of you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It is not the small hatters in Israel today. They are not the people. The Lord removed us out of our land, and he spoke on the heathens dwelling in our land. If you go to Ezekiel, I believe that's 36 and 5. There's more book chapters on it as well. Isaiah 44:1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. It says, thus saith Yahweh. And a lot of Christians believe that just because the Lord, just because Israel rebelled against the Most High, broke his law, statutes, commandments, that they're not the Lord's chosen people anymore. They will forever be the Lord's chosen people. That's why the scriptures tell you, though you have multiplied your iniquities, I have also multiplied my mercies. Thus saith Yahweh that made thee, Isaiah 44 and 2. Thus saith Yahweh that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Chosen. So the Lord chose the children of Israel. Let's keep reading. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed. The Lord is going to pour his spirit, which is the word, upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am Yahweh's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand upon Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts, I am the first, I am the last, and besides me there is no God. So plain and simple, I'm going to go ahead and end it from there and say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Citation to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Shalom.